Tom Holland is the most honest and well-informed celebrity on nutrition that I've ever seen.
My philosophy behind my diet is that my diet is far more important than what I do in the gym. I would say for me to see results, it's 80% diet and 20% fitness.
This is a great point, and I want to discuss the nuance here. When it comes to fat loss, there's no question that your nutrition is more important than your workouts. Without question, we're thinking about what drives the fat loss car. Nutrition is driving that car, your workouts are the passenger. However, what if your goal is building muscle, or your goal is getting stronger or improving your performance? Obviously, what you do in the gym and your workouts is gonna be more important. Your workouts are gonna be driving that performance car, driving that muscle growth car. Nutrition is gonna be the passenger. What about for overall health? In terms of improving your lifespan, your longevity, all of that, I would say they're equal. Your nutrition and your fitness are gonna play equal parts in that. I wanted to clarify because it looks like Tom's main goal is around staying lean. I mean, the dude is very lean, and it looks like he's that year round. It also looks like, as he talks about later in the video, he actually has trouble gaining weight, probably because he puts so much emphasis on his nutrition. If fat loss is the goal, nutrition is absolutely the most important. Just keep in mind, maybe your goal isn't purely fat loss, so then it wouldn't just be nutrition being the most important. When push comes to shove, you should focus on both.
I try to be strict and healthy. I travel a lot, so I find it really difficult to get into a routine of cooking for myself. But yeah, so dieting, I wouldn't call it dieting, but eating healthy is a big part of me staying in shape.
I know I'm gonna sound super critical right off the bat, and again, I really like what he says in this video, so keep watching because he did a phenomenal job. I just noticed he had some hesitation around saying the word dieting, which I understand is a very loaded term. It's loaded based on how people perceive it, not based on what it actually means. A lot of people get really defensive. They're like, I'm not dieting, this is a lifestyle, not a diet. But keep in mind, diet literally just means what you eat on a regular basis. People have various and different diets based on whether they have certain allergies, based on what their ethical concerns are. They have various diets. If someone wants to gain weight, they will go on a certain diet. If someone wants to lose weight, they'll go on a certain diet. Dieting does not necessarily mean you're trying to lose weight, and it definitely doesn't mean you're trying to lose it in an unsustainable way. Diet just means what you eat on a regular basis. There's nothing bad or inherently wrong with it. Feel free to use the word however you like.
I'm always trying to have a healthy amount of vegetables, and when I say healthy, I just mean a lot. My girlfriend's a vegetarian, which is really helpful because it means that more often than not, I'll be having a veggie meal.
I love that he's talking about him eating a lot of vegetables. For whatever it's worth, I think this is absolutely crazy that in 2025 I have to say this, but vegetables are good for you. And I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but there are legitimately people with huge audiences on social media who are saying things like vegetables are bad for you, that the defense chemicals in them are not good for you. We're not meant to eat vegetables, which is just absolutely psychotic. And I wouldn't even have brought it up if these posts weren't getting massive amounts of engagement and people who seemingly are credentialed are saying it. So I just want to make it very clear, vegetables are good for you. You should eat more vegetables.
Typically for breakfast, I will have a bowl of porridge with a bunch of fruit and nuts, accompanied with a shake. The reason I do that is I like to get up early and I like to get the day started. And if I have to cook something, I feel like it really slows down the day. The berries give me a bunch of fiber, the nuts give me the fats that I need, and that I feel like sets me up for a great day. The carbs from the oats give me that nice long-lasting energy.
There's so much I love about what he just said. This 20-second clip had so much high-level knowledge that he broke down very simply. First and foremost, starting off, porridge or oatmeal, nuts, you get high-quality carbohydrates and high-quality fats. He also has a shake, which I'm assuming there's protein in there. So he's starting off high-quality carbohydrates, high-quality protein, high-quality fat, and he has the berries in there, which is super high in fiber. This is arguably the most balanced breakfast that you can have on a regular basis. And I should say, the same people who are demonizing vegetables lately are also demonizing things like oatmeal. I'm just so glad to see someone like this who's not only looks healthy, but also is a very low body fat, is out here saying, I eat vegetables, I eat oatmeal, I eat fruit, I eat nuts, I have protein shakes, and by the way, I'm super lean all the time. He's disproving what all of these charlatans are saying in this 120-second clip. And by the way, if you don't like oatmeal, or if you don't like berries, which is crazy to me because it's basically nature's candy, but if you don't like oatmeals, you don't like berries, you don't like protein shakes, I have videos explaining my favorite sources of protein and my favorite sources of fiber, which are some of the most important things you can include in your diet on a daily basis. I'm gonna put the links to those videos in the description of this video so you can figure out which high protein sources are best for you and which high fiber sources are best for you?
Lunch, typically, if I am not bulking, I'll skip lunch. I very, very rarely will eat lunch. And then for dinner, I'm so lucky. My brother Sam is a really talented chef. So he's been building all of these amazing recipes. So really, every night, I'm going over to my brother Sam's house and eating whatever it is that he's been cooking, which can range from sticky bao buns to a traditional roast dinner to, you know, a chicken Veronique. So it's very, very fun stuff. So that's what I've been doing recently.
There's a lot in this one clip, and this is specifically what I meant when I said that he's among the most honest celebrities talking about nutrition. He said something here I think a lot of people will gloss over and not realize. He skips lunch unless he's trying to gain weight. You also saw what he eats for dinner, and it looks like some fried foods and a lot of like really gourmet meals. Probably because he's so busy working and not able to think about food, he's skipping lunch. So he has a breakfast in the morning, which is probably about 500 calories or so, not that much, skips lunch, and then by the time dinner comes, assuming his daily caloric allotment is around 2,000 calories, he has a massive 1,500 allotment now where he can go and eat a huge meal and not worry about gaining weight. And by the way, this doesn't even take into consideration how many steps he's getting in throughout the day, what his metabolic rate is like. His caloric allotment might be 2,500 or 3,000 calories, which would mean he would have even way more calories he could eat at night, not worry about gaining extra body fat. This is a really good example of where a lot of people might see what someone like Tom is eating at night. He's having all these fried foods. Later on in the video, he talks about how he gets 2 burgers from In-N-Out, and people are like, what the hell? How can you eat whatever you want to eat and still stay so lean, without realizing that he's probably having like a 12-hour window in the middle of the day that he's really not eating it at all, which is important for you to realize, not just when you're looking at what you're eating, but when you're trying to judge yourself relative to other people. You don't know what they're eating. You don't know what their life looks like. And that's why I was so glad that he was so honest about this and saying he skips lunch. And he's not saying this is what you need to do. He's just being honest, saying that's what his life looks like, unless he's trying to gain weight, in which case he'll make sure that he eats in the middle of the day so that he can get more calories in. So when it comes down to it, a healthy diet doesn't have to be complicated. You wanna have your total calories in check. You wanna make sure you're getting enough protein, getting enough fiber, having a lot of high quality foods, and also able to enjoy your favorite foods in moderation. And quite frankly, that looks like what Tom is doing on a very regular basis. Not to mention, he's still working out and getting his fitness in as well. If you don't know how many calories you should eat or how much protein you should eat, I have a free calorie calculator. I'll put the link to that in the description. I'll tell you exactly how many calories and how much protein you can eat in order to lose fat sustainably. If you wanna learn more about which foods are higher in protein or higher in fiber, I'll put those videos in the links in the description. And otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you don't already. Have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon.